Hey, this is Matt once again as I'm trying to get ready for this. I don't look forward to this because I hate this movie. But this is a request from Tony, very nice guy, thank you so much for that. I thought I had a DVD-R of this, but I didn't, so thanks to a good friend I was able to find this online to download. Granted with my internet it takes, I have satellite internet, so it took hours to download. But it did. And sadly, all that could be found was the extended cut, so it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I don't know if I've even seen the extended cut of this piece of shit. But hey, for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And thanks once again, Tony. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. This is we are about 14 seconds in. Columbia lady. Fuck you, bitch. Should have made your job not to release this fucking film. Oh, and this is the most ironic thing. Original film. A fucking remake of Total Recall, and they dare have a company called Original Film. Unfucking believable. Because, you know, we needed a remake of Total Recall. A classic 1990 Arnold Schwarzenegger film. Well, it's not like the story. Neither is this. They didn't even make this movie based on... If you want to make a movie that's more like the original story, we can remember it for You Wholesale. They didn't even do that. They didn't even fucking do that. So... You can't even make that argument. The star of the fucking lens flare. This is what I call lens flare the movie. There's another lens flare. There's another... I would... I don't... How the hell do I put it? Make a drinking game. Drink every time you see a fucking lens flare. You will have alcohol poisoning. This is lens flare the movie. This is easily fucking lens flare the movie, man. There's so many goddamn... There are times there's lens flares that you can't even see the fucking screen. This is probably the worst offender of lens flares I've seen in a movie. Like, the blinking lights don't help. There's lens flare. There's a lens flare. Good luck for epileptic seizures. If you have epilepsy, you can't watch this fucking film. Not for the blinking lights that's hurting my eyes. With the amount of fucking lens flares in the movie. So very much is Colin Farrell and Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel, who I liked in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. She was in the A-Team movie in 2010. I don't think she's that bad of an actress. Again, she's good in the 2003 Chainsaw remake, just chose a lot of bad projects. And Colin Farrell, there are films of his I like. Phone Booth is one of them. I think Phone Booth, he did a great job. I liked him in Daredevil. I liked this one he did called Tigerland. But Seven Psychopaths is another one. You don't see him as much anymore. So I'm more lenient on Colin Farrell. Now you see, like, it was Mark Wahlberg, that was John Cena. Well, I didn't mind seeing in the Suicide Squad, but every dog has his day. Again, the flashing lights, man. Why does every fucking scene need flashing lights? Why does every fucking scene have an epileptic seizure warning? that should be attached to it. Lens flare. Lens flare again. And then some fucking weird light thing. Goddamn light show. It's like they were a fan of Wonder Woman. This fucking lens flares again. This lens flares there right across the stream. Ridiculous. That's such an ugly effect. So the nightmare wasn't even him dying, it was him being captured. And how did the original Total Recall start off? A nightmare. There was a nightmare of him dying, like Arnold dying. But the nightmare is you got captured. Oh, because it's PG-13. That's another thing with this remake. It's PG-13. They have Kate Beckinsale from Underworld being the Sharon Stone. Which is that part of the original story? Having a mate, having a wife who's not really his wife. Is that in the original story for those who read the original story? But then, yeah. But funny enough, all these fucking lens flares is directed by a guy named Len Wiseman. Now, Len Wiseman, he worked on the Underworld films. I think the first two. He did Die Hard with a Vengeance, which I liked. Not Vengeance. What am I talking about? That's the third one. Great movie. Live Free or Die Hard, the fourth one. Len Wiseman, because John McTiernan did the third one, and Rennie Harlin did the second one. And then Die Hard, John McTiernan, Die Hard 2, Rennie Harlin, Die Hard 3, John McTiernan, 4, Len Wiseman, 5th, some schmuck. But Live Free or Die Hard 4 I do like. Saw in the theater, yes it's PG-13, but I liked it. That's a film I thought overcame its PG-13 rating to be still a fun escapism popcorn ride. This movie is a film equivalent of a blank slate. No emotion, no feels, no twists. That, you know, if you've seen the original Total Recall, you would know the twists. No feeling, no tension, no visceralness, no gore. No action beats that, I mean, they'll remind you of Minority Report. They'll remind you of tons of other movies. I mean, this is one of those assembly line, in one ear, out the other. This is the equivalent of Forgettable. If someone goes back, name 5 movies that equal Forgettable. Well, you wouldn't know them because you've forgotten them already. But if you did remember them, oh yeah, that Total Recall remake. Which I'm sure people forgot. I bet there's someone that goes, I forgot this was even made. Exactly. Oh, watching news to showcase that there's bad things going on. Only we don't have Mars anymore. We have this other part of the city. So that was their big change. Take out Mars. Okay. You have Cohadian again. Which again, in the original story, was there a character named Cohadian? Or was that for the movie? But again, think about it. What do we have so far? Your lead character has a nightmare. Wakes up in his bed with his hot wife. His hot wife reassures him, saying, hey, everything's okay, it's just a dream. Then he watches a news program telling about these rebels and their terrorists, and Cohadian, Ronnie Cox in the original, or here was Bryan Cranston, wasted in a nothing role. I think this is... Wasn't there some kind of thing that this is meant to be China, but then they couldn't call it China? There's something about... I don't remember. There's some kind of controversy where it clearly is supposed to be an Asian populace with the way everything's designed, the setting, but then it's like, well, we can't call it that. I'm like, well, okay. Why didn't you make sure that before you did the fucking movie then? Even this, all this CGI, of course, but even the look of it, it just... There's a house, and there's something on top of it, and there's something on top of it. It's like a fucked up version of Legos. Oh, scanning through. That was be the fucking X-ray machine. And the reason you have robots is that we need something to shoot. But it's PG-13, so we can't shoot people. We can't shoot mutants. Have these machines. So that way we can shoot stuff and there'd be no blood. But yeah, why... There's his buddy, who's a turncoat. Bokeem Woodbine. I like Bokeem Woodbine. He was in a film I reviewed called Caught Up, which I enjoyed. Caught Up. Pretty decent, quirky, weird, but interesting movie. Bokeem Woodbine's been in other stuff, but... Again, if you've seen the film, you know where this is going. You know where this is going. That's his buddy. His buddy is really working with the bad guys. And, again, there's a fucking lens flare again. There's a lens flare again. There's another lens flare. There's another lens flare. Why? There's another lens flare on the side now. There's a lens flare on Colin Farrell. Now there's another yellow line. It's distracting. That's my point. It's so fucking distracting. Where's the lens flare even coming from? It's like they're doing it on purpose. Why? Why would you have lens flares on purpose? To be distracting? Yeah, I'm not going to listen to what they're saying and what the actors are saying because I'm too busy noticing where's that light? Why is there a fucking light here? Where's that coming from? And don't get me started on this whole idea that you're going through the core of the earth. How long that would take. How fucking fast you'd have to be going. I mean, think about it. You're going through the core of the earth. Like, how fucking fast you would have to be fucking going, and... You know, no one has suits on. More fucking lens flares. Bryan Cranston wasted on a nothing role. This going through the earth ship, man. They must have thought it was such a cool idea. And I went, what? Cool idea said no one. The fucking core from 2003 is more realistic than this. And that's a movie that's not realistic. But okay, that's a movie that's dumb, but it's fun. Aaron Eckhart, Hilary Swank, Delroy Lindo. The core from, was it 2003? I forget what year it was. 2004? It's in the early 2000s. It's a dumb movie, but it's fun. It has a charm to it to me. Entertainment value. Unlike this. This is just fucking mute, bland, and boring as fuck. I dare anyone to do a drinking game with this movie with the fucking lens flares. There's another lens flare. I'm watching the over 2 hour extended cut. I'm 13 minutes and 29 seconds in. So many goddamn fucking lens flares. The same dialogue. Hey, this guy wanted to go to recall, but he got lobotomized, so don't go there. Just like in the original, where a guy worked as Warden Arnold. That stuff will mess up your brain, man. I'm telling you. No shit. That's another thing. You can't curse in the movie. You can't be violent in the movie. It's like, why do you want to watch a neutered, boring fucking version of Total Recall? You think this is a real Quaid? It is. Even the characters' names are the fucking same. Which I think they're different in the story. Again, I could be wrong. I should look up the fucking story. I mean, I'm trying to think about Colin Farrell. Is it fair to say that... No, it would not matter who you cast in this. I don't think it would have worked. And that is a point with merit. Colin Farrell, I don't care about him in the movie, but if it was anyone else, would it care? I don't know. Because it still would be a bland, boring take on the story that we've already seen. And I just don't I want to rewatch Arnold's film. I seriously do. Yes, yes, it's not perfect either. The fucking scene with the eyeballs going this far out of your fucking head, but then when you get air, it goes right back into your head and it's perfectly fucking fine. It's stupid at the end of the film. And Arnold's eyeball literally goes like 2-3 fucking inches out of your fucking socket. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead as fuck. But you get air and then that makes the eyeball go, and you're perfectly fine, like your eyes ain't bleeding. It's fun effects, but it's completely stupid. It doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. But even with it has a lot going for it. It's still a damn good action film. Still a fun movie. Personality, the characters, 3 titties. Side characters, you remember. I got 5 kids to feed. And the way they incorporate mutants and use some cool Rob Bottin effects and the creativity, the insane amounts of violence that make you have a visceral reaction. Arnold and Sharon Stone, at the time, bigger-than-life personality, especially Arnold. You got Ronnie Cox, deliciously evil. You got Michael Ironside. Fun Arnold line, see you at the party with consider that divorce. Again, it's fun, it's personality, which a lot of movies don't have nowadays. Because they think it's cheesy. You want to be like the 80s, but you don't get what makes the 80s work. That's why a lot of times they fail. Because they make fun of what they're trying to honor. They don't truly love it. Again, that's why a lot of these fail. So I guess we're led to believe what happened was she was rescued. Jessica Biel, was let go. Colin Farrell was captured, and that's probably when they reprogrammed him. Because, I'm sorry, there's never a time in this movie you believe that it's all a dream. That this entire thing is a dream. Which, great, I would not like that idea anyway. But even in the 1990 movie, you have that moment that's done better in that than in this, where the guy tries to tell Arnold, you had a psychotic break and all this, and then he sees the sweat coming out. That's done a fuckload better in that one than it is in this. We'll get to that scene. Because I think in that scene, they use Bokeem Woodbine. Because they don't kill him off because, again, we can't have that much fucking violence in a Total Recall. Again, I would ask Len Wiseman and Colin Farrell, what the fuck was the point of this? And Colin Farrell, don't do any more remakes. You're in the Fright Night remake, you're in this remake. Don't do remakes anymore, please. You're in, what, Dumbo? Don't do any more fucking remakes. They hurt your career. Again, I've liked him in a couple movies. But yeah, I'm thinking of like other actors. I don't know if they could have saved this film if they were in the lead. I really don't. Just the way it's written, and how stale, and unneeded. It was such an unneeded fucking film. Unneeded movie. No one was asking for a remake. No one said, oh, I know how to improve Total Recall. And no, I don't know the difference between the theatrical and the extended cut. So, I think the last time I saw this was when it came out. I didn't see it in the theater. I went to, how do I put it? I found Captain Jack Sparrow and One-Eyed Willie. I met with them and where they were living at. Sailed the high seas to see this fucking film. It's like the Road Cop remake. It's a waste of good actors. Bokeem Woodbine's a good actor. Bryan Cranston is a good actor. Road Cop remake. You have Michael Keaton. You have Samuel L. Jackson. You have Gary Oldman. This and the Road Cop remake are just hand in hand for the more forgettable, pointless fucking films. Both Paul Verhoeven films. Which is worse? I don't even know which is worse. You know, I probably see the Road Cop remake because this is boring, forgettable. The Road Cop remake, you're just going, that's even more of a waste of a concept. And Colin Farrell I like better as an actor than Joel Kinnaman, but both suck ass. This is probably the closest you get to... So if this is the extended cut, I wonder maybe there's some nudity in this extended cut. Is there any violence in this? Okay, we got 3 tits. You don't wish you had 3 hands. That's what Benny said. I wish I had 3 hands. At least, like, one up and give someone with 4 titties. Once again, you got the 3 titty lady. I mean, at least have someone with, like, 4 titties. Or something, man. Or 2 snatches. Well, you probably couldn't show that, so... Yeah, like, have, like, 4 titties, or... something like that. Or, like, 3 titties, and then, like, mini titties. Like, mini marshmallows. Because that wasn't a theatrical cut. I don't think those 3 titties. Because I don't think you did away with tits in PG-13. Back to the day you could. I don't think you can nowadays. Or even 2012. Which is crazy. It's been that fucking long since this came out. And again, all the money put into this. Wasted. Fucking wasted. You could have made 4 or 5 movies worth of shit for the amount of money they put into this. Like, why did they think... More lens flares. I wonder if somehow someone would take this video and every time I mention lens flares, there's like a super cut. Now there's John Cho. I like John Cho. He's got this blonde hair. He's got this tattoo. I've always talked about how much I love Searching. One of my favorite films in recent years, Searching. And Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and its 2 sequels. I enjoyed John Cho. If John Cho was the lead, maybe. Because that'd be interesting. If John Cho was the lead in this, maybe I would give a bit more merit. Because I like him a lot as an actor. And that's a role he hasn't played yet. That would make it a bit interesting. Of course, people say, oh, it was a race swap. Well, I mean, I'd be fine with that. It's like, I'm fine with Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin in 2003 Daredevil. Sorry, I'm listening to the dialogue. And it doesn't really bring a whole lot of ingenuity or creativity to this whole shebang. It really doesn't. And then you just, again, it makes you go, what was the point of making this in the first place? I don't understand it. I really don't. What a waste of John Cho, man. He's already dead. Now they do this one action scene, and they never do this again. This is like the big action scene for the trailers. And he never really does anything like this again. So it's like they set something up, and then they don't do anything else with it. Which, I mean, I guess, in a way, I appreciate filming an action scene like that where it's not heavily cut and edited to be fair. It's the sweeping camera in and out the show. But even when it's done, I still didn't feel anything. Just some men are hidden and you don't know where he's shooting at. You just assume he hit them. And there's passing by pillars, whether to hide the cuts or whatever it did. I don't know. Yeah, I still didn't feel anything. But with Arnold, he hits someone, you see blood splatter, and he shoots someone, you have big blood squib. I felt something with that. It may look, like this one may look pretty, but doesn't mean I felt anything. Whether it's a subconscious thing or whatever it may be. They've taken a sweet-ass time to get the fuck in there. Since they shot all those damn cameras in there. They know there's only one guy. They have 50 cameras. They know what he's doing. With all these cameras, they don't know what he's doing? It took you that long to realize he was all alone? You had like 85 cameras in there. What the fuck are you doing? It took that long for him taking that thing off, crunching it, and then to show, oh, he's all alone. Yeah, again, you had 80 cameras in there. Why did it take you so fucking long? And then, in a way, this tries to be the fucking Fugitive. With the chase scenes. More fucking lens flares. And we know what's going to happen here. Just what happened in the original. Arnold came home after killing, defending himself. He doesn't know how he was able to do this. You blew my cover! He goes home. The wife asks what's going on. She finds out you went to recall. And then she's going to fight him and try to kill him. Again, you know where this is going. Like, even if they wanted to shake up where, like, Kate Beckinsale is the actual... She is the ally. Like, maybe this dream thing was some kind of sleeper agent thing where Bokeem Woodbine and Bokeem Woodbine and Kate Beckinsale are actually the good guys. They keep you hidden here. They keep you safe. Even from yourself. And the new guy that told him about recall and Jessica Biel are the bad guys, trying to limit, oh yeah, you want to know more about yourself. Maybe that's a bit more complicated, but at least that make it a little bit different and a reason to do a remake. To try to do something a little bit different. It's one of the reasons I like the Child's Play remake. Hey, let's have Chucky be more of a robot type of thing. AI, intelligence. And let's have Chucky actually want to be Andy's friend. And the reason he's killing it is he desperately wants to be Andy's friend. That made it seem more unique. I like that aspect. But in here is just a fucking copy. See, there she is, like Sharon Stone trying to kill him. Kate Beckinsale trying to kill Colin here. what they really expected was no one knows and no one gives a shit about Total Recall. So they haven't seen the original, so you're not going to expect any of this. But, number one, Total Recall, a lot of people saw the original Total Recall. Whether they were a kid or an adult. And so they're like, why am I watching this when it's the same shit only neutered? And people who haven't heard of it, they don't look on the internet to find info. Oh, wait, there's this movie, Total Recall? Oh, it's on, I don't know, Netflix. Well, I guess Netflix was around. At least, maybe like the DVD kind where you get the DVD in the mail. Remember that, Netflix? Back in the days of Netflix when you actually you get the DVDs in the mail, you watch them, then you put them back in, mail it back. Part of me wonders if that was the better kind of Netflix. Because you actually have physical discs, you could watch special features, you'd have to worry about your stream, fucked it up, slowing down, pausing. There's something, I don't know. If there was commentaries on the disc or special features, you could watch that. Anyway. Idea of good wife? That's what she said? Idea of good wife? Idea of good... what's it again? Steal a line from the original. If I'm not me, then who the hell am I? That's a line from the fucking movie from 1990. I was going to yell it, but I don't want to fuck up my voice. I got like an hour and a half left. Jesus Christ, man. Idea is like, well, we want to be more like the story. No, they're stealing scenes from the original 1990 movie. They're stealing fucking lines from the motherfucker. Idea of good wife. No wonder it's stealing lines from the original movie because its original lines suck ass. Idea of good wife. What the fuck line is that? Idea of good wife. Fuck is that shit? I can't get over that. I forgot about that stupid fucking line. Idea of good wife. Holy shit. People are like, what the fuck does that mean? So idea of good head. Idea of good hand jobs. Idea of good wife. Fuck out of here, man. So now chasing Colin Farrell. Leaping off everywhere and anywhere. In this weirdly constructed city. It feels like it's trying to be Blade Runner, but not quite. That's what it seems like. It seems like it's trying to be a lesser Blade Runner with the way the city looks. Not the way that it's constructed, but just the lighting and I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just thinking of better movies just to keep my brain from being fucking reheated leftovers of this shit. Damn it. My fucking Meliel's gone. Now I'm sad. Fucking sad. My soda's gone. God damn it. I got an hour and a half left. Fuck. God damn it. I know I haven't commented on this exciting foot chase movie. Is this foot chase exciting? But about as exciting as the dentist. And this is why we have robots. Because you can tell as many robots as you want. Doesn't affect the rating. At least yet. I guess technically in that room he killed people, to be fair. But, so even if he killed people, you wouldn't see anything anyway, so... Doesn't fucking matter. Cause yeah, in that first, when I found my powers... You didn't, he killed people, you didn't see anything anyway, so... But I mean later on, when I mentioned before, like the reason they have robots, that's used later on. I know there's a big scene with all this robot destroying bullshit. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Oh, I forgot about this shit. That just comes off as weird to have your hand as a phone. Because then it just creates a lot of questions, like, is that phone always with you? Can that phone be utilized at any time? Maybe it's a slip thing that's on it, right? You can get a suitcase? Did you ask to Mars? That's the message. Again, it follows so many of the same beats. Begin with a nightmare. In bed with wife. Go to work. Your buddy at work says don't go to recall. They'll fuck up your head. You go anyway to keep having memories of this other lady. As soon as you do it, things go haywire. You kill someone, showing that, wow, you're not just a normal guy. Your wife tries to kill you, and you escape. You get in contact with a guy. And the original is to get some fucking suitcase. Here's to go to the first bank. Here's dealing with a hand. And the original is deal with what's up your fucking nose. Because, yeah, he cuts it out of his hand, right? See, the thing with the nose, you remember that. You remember that... and you're like, ooh. And he pulls a sucker out. Yeah. And you're like, oh, shit. Here it's... a fucking thing in your hand. I didn't like... I'm not saying they need to repeat the fucking thing up the nose. I just didn't repeat every single fucking thing. So instead it's this thing with the hand. His hand looks pretty fucking good though. For that shit. I don't know, this whole hand with the nose just... I mean, this phone hand thing is just weird. I'm trying to remember in the original film, because it's been a while since I've seen it. Are there a lot of scenes where you're not with Arnold? I don't think there is, because that would take away from the idea, is this a dream or is this not a dream? Because if you're with all these... Well, no, there are times, because there's when Michael Ironside and them go to the bar, and some people in the bar start killing some of Michael Ironside's folks. So yeah, I guess they did some of that in the original. Because if... forget what I was saying. I was going to make another point. Don't mess with Kate Beckinsale. Yep, told you. But I don't know, can I even say Kate Beckinsale is doing a bad job? Well, I don't even know if I could say the actors are doing a bad job, to be fair, since my rant back in the day. But if I'm being fair, I don't know if I could say the actors doing a bad job. It's just, they have such a stale, nothing script that, again, you've seen done better multiple times, including the original film, that lifeless direction, bad lines of dialogue, idea of good wife. That's probably the worst fucking line so far in the movie. And there's just no lack of feels. Adrenaline, tension, anything. So again, I can't even say the actors are doing a bad job, to be fair. Because, I have a feeling when I ranted on this back in the day, I'm like, fuck all these actors. But, goddamn, man. But, I mean, I'm not going to say they're doing good either. I think that's what I was getting at, is that I'm not going to seriously, Colin Farrell did a good job. No, it just... blasé. Kate Beckinsale, maybe there's some good with her. It's not like she's phoning it in. It's just, again, lifeless, useless, pointless movie. Wait, did that money have Obama's face on it? I think it did. I think that one had Obama's face on it. Sorry, Obama's not gonna be on any money. That reminds me of, what was it? Adventures of Pluto Nash, where he had money with, what was it? Hillary Clinton on it? I think it was Hillary Clinton. So now he's getting a message from himself. It's him talking to himself, just like Arnold in Total Recall. You know, this thing, did you ask to Mars? Then did you ask to Mars? Oh, get to my apartment. Never mind. Not get you guys to Mars. So again, it just following beats from the original so much. You just feel like you're watching a bad copy, like a bad Xerox. It's not a perfect Xerox. There's glitches. There's things where the printer fucked up. There's smears, and the smears make it not an exact copy. That doesn't mean the smears are good. We haven't had lens flares for a little bit, to be fair. Oh. But, see, we have that lady. They're trying to make that the original... I'm sorry, I'm not saying anything. I'm like... From trying to do the original 2 weeks with the lady to this contraption that honestly kind of sucked as a contraption. Nowhere near as memorable as the original. Get ready for a surprise. Again, there's no personality. There's nothing that makes it uniquely fun about the movie. I mean, just him in this muted color world. I just like the color. I don't know, man. Oh, this is where you do on the car thing. There's another car chase with Jessica Biel, so... I'm trying to remember which one this is. Oh, is this where Jessica Biel comes into play? Is this where Jessica Biel picks him up? Come with me if you want to live. I don't know if it... Can I really sit here and say Jessica Biel and Kate Beckinsale are doing a bad job? In retrospect, no. But... just fucking... no fucking life to this. I did a car chase. Well, not another, but I mean... And I sit here going... why does this car chase not make me feel anything? Is it because it's all done CGI? So it's like watching a overzealous video game? Is it because the story, the characters have brought me little to nothing, so I have no love or impact? Maybe because the future setting looks like any future setting in a sci-fi movie. The flying cars. If you want to see a better chase scene like this, watch The Fifth Element. from back in 1997. If you want to see a better car chase with flying cars. The Fifth Element beat you to it. Or even the car assembly scene in Minority Report, which also had Colin Farrell in it. I mean, it just reminds you of other movies, and it just don't give a fuck. I gotta look up some stuff. I apologize for that. Because there is some stuff I want to look up about this film. I don't feel anything during any of this stuff. I mean, this car elevator thing was kind of interesting, and the fact that you could drive upside down and kind of interesting. But it's like, I don't give a fuck. Well, I guess you're not really driving upside down. You're just under the road, so to speak. So I guess they kind of work like a hoverboard where you just have to be close so you're hovering. Because that makes you... Yeah. Sorry, I keep yawning. I swear I was not yawning when I started this. Total fucking Recall. This fucking bullshit. Of course, I type it up, it brings me the original. I don't know what to say about this fucking scene, man. Pretty much they got rid of the gravity drive so the car could fall. And somehow it helps him land, and then that somehow made some cars flip over. Whatever, man. I just want to look up the backstory, the production of this. Well, first off, I want to see, what does this get on IMDb? Just curious about this. Because the original gets like a 7.5 on IMDb. This gets... yeah, I'm just doing it for my own sake. 6.2? This gets a 6.2. Are you fucking joking me? 6.2? Why? I want an answer why this gets a 6.2. That's fucking ridiculous. That is fucking bullshit. That pisses me off right the fuck there. 6.2 my ass. This fucking bullshit 6.2. Kiss my fucking dick hole 6.2. Fucking goddamn bullshit. God, that pisses me the fuck off, man. 6.2. There's so many better movies that is a lower rating than this. It's not even fucking funny, man. Fuck IMDb. Get me the fuck off this chicken shit site. Choke smoking bullshit motherfucker. Get me the fuck off. Fuck this fucking site. 6.2. Kiss my ass with that. Should be a 4.2. 6.2 my ass. Bullshit. Hey, Kurt Wimmer, what the fuck are you doing, Kurt Wimmer? You helped write this fucking movie. Yeah, Kurt Wimmer, the guy you did Equilibrium. You directed Equilibrium. What the fuck are you doing writing a Total Recall remake? What the fuck happened to you, Kurt Wimmer? Holy shit. What the fuck happened to Kurt Wimmer? Does I look at his credits? Like, what the fuck happened to him? I mean, Equilibrium he wrote and directed. Okay, he helped work on Street Teens, Law Abiding Citizen. But then he works on Salt. That's a piece of shit. This is a piece of shit. Point Break remake, piece of shit. Children of the Corn remake, 2020. Which I think he directed. Fuck you doing, Kurt Wimmer? Fuck are you doing, man? 2009, he was writing the script. Jessica Biel said on The Daily Show, "This is not a remake of the 1990 film, but an adaptation of the original short story by Philip K. Dick." Bullshit. This is more like a remake of the 1990 movie. Because the characters Melina, Cohadian, Harry, along with the leader of Resistance, Quaid, and Lori, all were like the 1990 film. Because in the original story, they were called Quail and Kirsten. The basic story also follows out of the original 1990 movie. One of the only differences is that it's on Earth and not Mars. Arnold Schwarzenegger expressed an interest in reprising his role as Quaid, but in October 2010 it was officially reported that Hollywood Reporter that Colin Farrell was on top of the shortlist. The list also included Tom Hardy and Michael Fassbender. What the fuck? $125 million for this shit. Lo and behold, it made $58 million in the US. $198 million worldwide on a budget of $125 million. Yeah. 31% Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, this is a point where Rotten Tomatoes actually got it right instead of IMDb. The new film, oh my god. Oh, there's Ethan Hawke. I don't think he was in the original cut. Yeah, I don't think this was in the original cut. So pretty much Ethan Hawke was the original version of Colin Farrell. And he's pretty much telling the story that Arnold, like, tells himself in the original fucking movie, man. Building a private army, then invade the colony. Sorry, I'm listening because I don't think I've ever seen this before. Remember, this is a big exposition dump. There's a black box, like a safe in Colin Farrell's skull, that has the codes to shut down all the robots that Bryan Cranston is going to use to invade the other side, because they're running out of space, and they want that space, because they're running out of room. No shit. It is happening. It's happened to both of us, man. I'm suffering through this remake as well as you. I still can't believe this. 6.2. I mean, you know what? Let's see what gets some of the movies that get a lower rating than this. I'm curious. Should not have shut off my fucking phone. Dude, you just saw yourself talking to yourself on a computer screen 20, 30 minutes ago, and you're still not believing the shit? You have agents going for you. You still don't believe the shit? What the fuck else is it going to take to make you a believer, man? God damn. Get your head out of your ass. God damn, man. I want to see if there's a 90s. And sorry about this, Tony. I can't help it. I'm too curious about this. Stone Cold or Brian Bosworth gets a 6. Well, this gets a 6.2. Days of Thunder, 6.1. Well, this gets a 6.2. Con Air, 6.9. Broken Arrow, 6.1. So, Broken Arrow has a less rating than this. I gotta stop. First, this is gonna blow my brains out. This is the scene I was talking about that has the most fucking lens flares I've seen in a movie. There's a couple lens flares. There's a lens flare. This is Bokeem Woodbine talking to him saying it's a dream. Again, look at these fucking lens flares. Okay, it's fine here. It's fine here. Boom! Light, light. I wonder if the extended cut maybe fixed that. Because I remember this being a lot worse. Maybe it's in the theatrical cut. Maybe in the extended cut they fixed that. Because I remember... Oh, there's a lens flare. I remember there's a lot more lens flares in this scene. Guys, I remember there were times where it was... I literally could not see their faces. There's a lens flare. There's another lens flare. There you go. There's the lens flares. This fucking light blind. There's lens flares now. Why you keep... Just a keep... It's distracting. And no one believes that this is a possibility. No one believes it. These okay, yep. Now do more of the lens flares. Again, it's distracting because you keep noticing the fucking lens flares. Like, granted, there are spots where it's not, but then boom, there's a lens flare. As soon as I stop talking, another one fucking pops up. Another fucking lens flare. Another lens flare. I can't help it, just fucking, again, drinking demon every time one fucking comes up. There's one atop the lens flare. Now there's one on his face. I swear the lens flare's getting worse. I swear the lens flare's getting worse. Now it's below Jessica Biel. I burped. And this scene goes on for way too fucking long. Because if you've seen the original, you know where this is leading to. You don't... Not one fucking person bought... Fucking lens flares. Now one person bought that... Oh, this was all in his head. Now one fucking person. Now one fucking person. Again, like, there's one on Bokeem Woodbine's forehead. Now there's one across Jessica Biel. Now there's one up top. Now there's one in front of Bokeem Woodbine's face. Now there's now there's nothing. Now it's like blinding my fucking face. Blinding it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And don't tell me, well, it's the... No. There are ways to film a scene. There are ways to set a scene. There are ways to do it where you don't have this many fucking lens flares. This is doing it on purpose. Or he purposely have these lens flares. He purposefully has done it this way. Is it? See, these fucking lens flares. Stop it with the goddamn lens flares. For fuck's sake. I was right. It gets worse and worse as it goes along the fucking scene. And also, so the reason he shoots in the original, it was this doctor's so sure of himself. But if he's so sure of himself, why is he sweating? Why is he nervous? Because you're lying to me. Here, if your mind thinks she's a delusion, just because she tries, that makes you believe it's real? Because your delusion is trying? What you do, so your delusion is doing what she would naturally do. If it really was a delusion. If it really was a delusion, she would be trying. While in the original film, your delusion would be fine, but wait, he's sweating, so that makes it off kilter. Wait, there's doubts. The way it does here makes no fucking sense. Here's the fucking stormtroopers. I know stormtroopers are not robots, I know, but... I guess you can't do the consider this a divorce, huh? God damn, there's an hour left of the fucking movie, man. I guess credits or people talk about the action sequences. I mean... I feel nothing when I watch these action scenes. I mean, they're not badly edited. You know, they're not Taken 2, Taken 3, Colombiana, these poorly edited action films where it's incomprehensible what's going on. I mean, Len Wiseman did that in Live Free or Die Hard. But I think it goes to show you when either A, when it's done for real cars, real explosions, real grit, you know it's there on camera and it's more astonishing. I'm like, whoa. You don't have that reaction because everything's in a computer. So that's why you feel just out of place. You don't really feel... You feel disconnected with it. Because you know all this is a computer. You know they're not really there. So it just... This disconnection psychologically that I think directors don't realize. They don't realize that. And some people, I guess, are fine with that disconnection. And yeah, there are films that have done that I've enjoyed. There are. But, goddamn, man, it gets to a point where you just go, enough is enough, man. Again, that's when then you really need either storytelling or characters or uniqueness to really pull you through. World War Z I enjoyed. That has a lot of CGI in it, but I enjoy Brad Pitt. I enjoy some of the ideas. All the little simple ideas, like the books you put on your arms to have for an armor. The whole finale, which was a different change of pace, where it's not about just curing it, but about camouflage. That made it more of an intriguing story to me. This, again, is just reminding me of a better film that I want to be watching. I want to be watching the original Total Recall instead. Instead of this bland... It's like having a great sandwich and then you're given just old toast. Old stale fucking toast. I don't want that. I want the cheeseburger. That's delicious and juicy. I want the chicken sandwich that's delicious. I don't want the fucking bland old toast. Fuck the toast. Fuck the bonus. And fuck the lens flares. Thank God she put enough fucking time for them to do this. Couldn't you make that time shorter, Kate Beckinsale? You fucked up. Thankfully you gave them just enough time, even though you're ready to get the fuck out of there, you gave them just enough time to do this. You fucked up, Kate Beckinsale. You fucked up royally. The idea is that disconnection... And you know what? I mean, with these action scenes, again, if this was an original story or its own movie, or I gave a fuck about the characters, or had a really rousing score, or all these other ingredients, then maybe these action scenes would suffice. Maybe. But they become useless to me. Transformer films have some pretty damn good action scenes. But for me, I'm more astonished by a PM Entertainment film because they did it for real. The blood, the sweat, the tears, stunt people really putting their lives on risk to get in these real life car chases, explosions, car crashes, doing it for real. People getting hurt. Hopefully not hurt, but they do. Just, you can see the blood, sweat, and tears, and subconsciously, psychologically, I see that. In the 80s and 90s action movies, the PM Entertainment films like Zero Tolerance and Steel Frontier and Land of the Free and others, Riot with Gary Daniels, real people on motorcycles being hit off their vehicles, all this jazz. And yet, there are exceptions to the rule. There's always exceptions to the rule, but that's why each movie has that unique factor. Hopefully, supposedly, that these two films are similar. How come you dislike one but like the other? Because each one are doing things that seem similar, but they have maybe the right amount of extra ingredients that makes that more palatable than the other one. It's like a sandwich. You have two sandwiches. But this one, the ingredients are that much more perfect with the spices. The cheese maybe is that a little bit tastier, or the bun is that much more crispy. So that sandwich is good, and the other one's like, just how it goes. Because I talk about food because I'm going to eat after this. Grilled cheese sandwiches. Hey, I like grilled cheese sandwiches. And next time I go to McDonald's, I don't get a chicken sandwich. I'm hungry for that. Some French fries, but not tonight. It's too late. And it's too far away, because it's like fucking 30 minutes away from any type of civilization. So now we're at the Rebels. Again, this gets a 6.2, but you don't hear a single fucking person talk about the Total Recall remake. Not a single fucking person. I mean, it gets a higher rating than this movie, Leviathan. It gets a higher rating than Hard Target. Higher rating than Cobra. Higher rating than Rambo First Blood Part 2. And Rambo 3. At least I think. I think it has a higher rating than Rambo 2. I know it has a higher rating than Rambo 3. Rambo 2, I don't remember the rating for it. I'm not going to look it up, just even if it's not. The fact it's that close is a fucking discrepancy of shit. It's weird, you know, you have these guys and gals making this movie and probably assuming, oh, this will be a big hit, it'll be great for my career, and man, this movie's going to blow up, it's going to do this and this. And it makes you want to ask these people the 2 weeks after, when it completely bombed with box office, audiences didn't give that much of a shit to see it, critics, and have them be honest. What went wrong in your eyes? What do you honestly think about the product? If you honestly want to say you love it, you tell me why. And someone may ask, is this the worst remake you've seen? Sadly, no. I mean, there's the Fog remake. There's April Fool's Day remake. There's Nightmare on Elm Street remake. There's Rob Zombie's Halloween. Those are way worse than this. Jacob's Ladder remake. Way worse than this. I'm trying to think of the remakes now. My mind's disappearing. Poltergeist remake is probably worse than this. But yeah, it's just one of those so forgettable that it leaves your brain. I'm not going to remember this movie a week after. Less than that. I've seen this film, I still don't remember the fucking movie. Because this goes on for 40 minutes. I know there's a point where they're in that fucking gravity thing to the core of the earth. And Bryan Cranston and Colin Farrell are fighting. Which was a shitty fight. I think there's a bit between Colin Farrell and Jessica Biel that's like a redo of the beginning of the movie. Which might be part of the same scene. I know at the end they have... You think it's Jessica Biel, but it's Kate Beckinsale with a mask. And there's like a fight in an ambulance. I guess that's like the one... We got at least one twist in there. Woohoo! Of course, this actor's been a lot of stuff. He was in Underworld, which Len Wiseman directed. I think Len Wiseman and Kate Beckinsale were a couple. I don't know if they are still a couple, but again, the director and Kate Beckinsale were husband and wife for a while. Again, I don't know if they are now, but they were for a bit. Probably how Kate Beckinsale got into this movie. Which maybe that's not fair, because she wasn't in Live Free or Die Hard. I'm surprised. What the fuck has Len Wiseman done lately? Sorry, now I gotta look at you. I'm too curious. I don't know why I keep shutting my fucking phone off when I keep turning it back on. I forget this actor's name, but yeah, he's a good actor. Like, he was in Underworld. And he's been in other movies too. But it's just, again, you took what made the original interesting and let's suck that out. We sucked the violence out and the gore out. We sucked the special effects, makeup effects, and we sucked the mutants. Just everything gets sucked out and made more bland. That's the perfect way to describe this film, as bland. A bland lens flare in your face. Shut up, Google. All these fucking Halloween kills talk. I don't give a fuck about that. .2 my ass. Give me a fucking break. Let's see. So in 2016, Kate Beckinsale and Len Wiseman divorced, and in 2019 the divorce was finalized. So no, they're no longer together. Filmography, Underworld, Underworld Evolution, Live Free or Die Hard, Total Recall, and he's done nothing. Apparently they talked to him about some... What the hell is this? In October 2019, they got Len Wiseman to direct Ballerina, a spin-off of John Wick. A young woman who is raised to be an assassin who seeks revenge on the hitman who killed her family. Yeah, I don't think that film's being made. Yeah, that film ain't being made. And McClane, yeah, that's not being made. One of the only things Disney got right is to stop that fucking movie from being made. Because that was going to be like a McClane prequel. Like, we already saw the prequel. It's called Die Hard. So of course, this was a whole spiel for them to find the resistance. Just like in the original. Quaid, open your mind, Quaid. Open your mind. Benny helped with that in the original. And they killed the resistance leader just like, you know, resistance leader was killed, the mutants was killed in the original. Marshall Bell got shot, and then the mutant got shot. It is just shit that you're reminded of again and again and again on the original. Even this, where you were bosom buddies with Cohadian. Like, the only difference is that this is the girl's father. And again, people are like, well, man, why do you keep saying this is a remake of the 1990 film? Well, no one's saying that, but I'm saying it to myself. Because again, what do we have here? We got, he wakes up from a nightmare. He's in bed with his wife. He goes to work. His buddy says, don't go to recall or they'll fuck with your head. He does anyway, which brings up the memories that he's a secret agent. It leads to him being attacked. He tells him self-defense. Wait, who the fuck am I? Goes home to his wife. His wife tries to kill him. He escapes. You gotta go somewhere where he meets the woman of his dreams. He gotta get a device out of his body. He talks to a guy who warns him, hey, there's a way they're tracking you. You get to the resistance. It was all a bit of a plan ploy for infiltration. The perfect infiltration. You have Cohaagen, which was in the original story. You have Quaid, which in the original story, I guess the real guy's name was Quail. It was Quaid in the original movie. You steal lines. I mean, and of course the scene where the guy tries to make him go, oh yeah, this is all a dream. And then notices something, oh, it's not a dream. And a liquid. Instead of sweat, is tears. And now they're going to try to get him back to his bosom buddy again. The only difference is there's no mutants, there's no gore, there's no get these people air. So I guess, again, it's not a Xerox, it's just a Xerox that's been smudged. So it's different, but pretty much the fucking same. Fuck you, asshole. Don't do shit about Cohaagen. Come on, give these people air. Sorry, I just keep thinking of the original because I want to, because I feel like it. I know I'm bitching a lot because I deserve the bitch because this movie's a bitch. And it's not even a bitch in heat, so it's useless to me. If the bitch ain't even in heat, then it's fucking useless. It's bullshit to live it. Different Arnold movie. Again, this is why yes, every once in a while a remake is worth a crap. But it's every once in a while. There's so many much worse movies, and because that took the place of a movie that could have been worth shit. Like I said, $125 million. At least 3 movies. Decent budgeted movies. That could have been worth the shit, man. Again, that big shooting scene at the beginning, they only did that once and never again. I guess they thought that was just too much. And of course his buddy gets killed. He can't save anybody. He was there long enough to serve his purpose for the plot. And now he's dead. D-E-D, dead. Oh my god, man. What is the clone army now? Order 66? That's what they seem like, the fucking clone army in the prequels. Yeah, they're not like the stormtroopers, they're like the fucking Roger from the fucking prequels. Cosplaying as stormtroopers. Yeah, actually, yeah. You think of the droids in the prequels and they cosplay as stormtroopers. So that's what the fuck these things are. Why are you even keeping the Jessica Biel alive? What's the fucking real point of it? There really isn't. This score sucks too. How the fuck do you go from Jerry Goldsmith to this generic shit? But you know what? It fits with a generic fucking movie. Generic score for generic fucking movie. I need to take a piss. I think I'm going to have to take a piss. So I'm going to let it play because it'll fuck up the timing. I'll try and make it back because I think this is just build up for the last action scene. So I'll be right back. I'll be back. As Arnold would say, I'll be back. Alright. What did I miss? And yes, I did wash my hands. I am safe from the pandemic. Of course, I returned to a fucking Netherlands flare. Oh, fuck off. Headphones. Another lens flare. I didn't even compare this to the original. Like you had the device. Do you think this is the real Quaid? It is. No sense of personality in this fucking movie, man. Maybe make my friends suffer through this. Michael Keane and Michael CP, have them suffer through a commentary Total Recall remake. I mean, maybe that weapon could be cool. That seems like a weapon that would be out of Half-Life 2 or something, but I don't know. Maybe in a better movie, I don't know. God, Lens flares, 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 lens flares. Fucking lens flares. Goddamn lens flares, man. Like, literally, Len. I know your name is Len, but I want to ask you, because he didn't do this in his other movies. Why did you think in this movie we need to have lens flares in this? Why was that the artistic choice? It's distracting. Because you're trying to pay attention, all of a sudden, what the fuck is that? 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 I know what the fuck it is, but why is it there? Why is it there? My eyes, I'm already distracted. Was the entire fucking scene, you're now listening to the dialogue. For some reason you thought that was a good aesthetic choice. $24 minutes left of the fucking movie, man. Maybe it's one of those, there's like 10 minutes of credits. I could hope. And it's fucking going through the core of the earth shit. I mean, a zero-G gravity fight. Could not get a fucking Alien film that had a zero-G gravity fight, like one of the scripts of Alien 3 had, but I did a fucking Total Recall remake. Of course. Again, that film could not be made, but Total Recall remake could. You know, all the scripts, like Isobar could not have been made with Stallone or Hunter. Like, all these fucking movies throughout the years that can't be made, but we get a Total Recall remake with $125 million fucking dollars. That's what pisses me off. Because I looked at these movies. I looked at these fucking movies, man. I look at, you know, these fucking movies. You know, I look at Isobar with Sylvester Stallone, directed by Roland Emmerich, Crusade with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, fucking, I'm trying to remember. I'm just looking at these, they're just depressing, man. Nice Guys, James Cameron's Spider-Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger's I Am Legend. Fucking shit, man. Fucking sucks. Those didn't get made, but this fucking movie got made. Fucking bullshit. Fucking goddamn fucking bullshit. Fucking sack of cockamamie horseshit. Fucking bull and shit. Deal with this fucking bullshit. Oh yeah, just remember he has I think the code in his head to stop all the fucking robots, the army, the clone army. He can stop the clone wars before it happens. Again, it just seems like one of those generic assembly line movies that, this will dot the I's and cross the T's. Of course this will be a big hit of a box office film. You know what? I'll take Demolition Man over this. How about that? Thousands of troops gather. Yeah, gathered to kiss each other's ass. These fucking bums. These crack-headed bums. Get the fuck out of my fucking city. Get the fuck out of my fucking universe. Get the fuck out of my fucking movies. These stupid-ass bullshit remakes. All these fucking robots can kiss each other's fucking metal asses. And a flying 69 full idea of a shit. Why is that one black? Is it racist? Wanna be fucking snake eyes? It's racist. That's what this movie is, racist. Oh, the black was the one hurting Colin Farrell. Why is it black and white? Why can't it be red robots? How about pink, fucking purple people ears? How about fucking blue robots? Why is everyone white and this one is black? Back in fucking black. Bryan Cranston looks like he's wearing a fucking bulletproof vest. Yeah, I don't remember a damn thing what happened. Oh yeah, it's Jessica Biel. I mean, in a way, it takes skill for a director to make a decent amount of action scenes in this movie, to be fair, and still make a boring, bland action movie. It takes fucking skill to do that, I'll say that. I don't know how the fuck he managed to do that. Because I'm seeing all this stuff and I still don't give a shit. But okay, we got Colin Farrell fighting a fucking robot. Fist fight. Should be cool. Yeah, I still don't give a fuck. So I don't know how you're punching a robot and not breaking your fucking bones. Like if it was Arnold, that would make sense, but... because of his job. He knows how these robots are assembled, so he knows what to do. There you go. Why did you slice him first? Why didn't you stab him? Why wouldn't that be your first move? Oh, I didn't need the code? It just blow his shit up. So what the fuck was the point of that code in the first place that Ethan Hawke was talking about? Well, I guess he was probably lying his ass to him about it, to be fair. Probably because, yeah, it was all bullshit, so yeah, that's probably why. Oh yeah, like the whole thing's gonna go back to the fucking center of the earth or some shit. Whatever the fuck. Again, maybe if again, Colin Farrell. Maybe if it was someone else. Like I'm trying to think. Like maybe if you had a Kurt Russell in this. Maybe if you had a John Cho, which would have been interesting. Maybe if you had a I don't know Wesley Snipes or Sylvester Stallone, that'd be interesting. Remake an Arnold film and star Stallone. Maybe, maybe if it was someone else as the lead, it could work. Maybe. The more I think about it, maybe. But I don't know. There's just no wit. There's no personality. It's just. Let's take what made the original special and make it again, a generic wannabe blockbuster. Honestly. Take what had personality and Hollywoodize it. Kind of a perfect example of that, honestly. Yeah, it still gets a 6.2 on IMDb. Other than the Ethan Hawke scene and the three titties, I don't know what the fuck else. I don't even know if the three titty lady was in the theatrical cut or not. But I don't recognize any other extra scenes other than that Ethan Hawke bit. Yeah, go back to the core of the fucking earth. Goodbye. Now, you notice you don't see Kate Beckinsale die. So that's when, the twist is that as much of a twist. You go, well, wait a minute. We never saw Kate Beckinsale die. Like, we saw Bryan Cranston die. We did not see Kate Beckinsale die, so must be something to it. And there was. Thank God the entire army was in that one fucking thing. Well, I guess the question is how else would they get there, to be fair. But I'm glad he didn't have any already in the city waiting. Like, send them out, throughout the week. Send this much. Do this fuck around. Send this much. Send this much. No robots in the city. I just maybe destroying the whole thing, but that's the transportation, isn't it? Or is that the core thing anyway? I don't know. Are there any of those robots in the city, or are they dismantled now? Oh fuck it, the rest are dead. Was there a supercomputer there, or was that? I thought that was just the transportation thing from one land to the other. I can't remember. I don't care enough to give a shit. Thank God there's no other robots in the city though. Just not. He knows there's something off. A wound that's not there. Surprise, motherfucker. I just like, well, you had to use one. You had to have one more go with this girl. Consider this a divorce. It's alright, it's him. Him who? Like, who the fuck are you guys? And how do you know him? Then the last time you checked he was a fucking wanted criminal? Like, why do these people believe him now? They don't believe he's a criminal now? Again, there was never a doubt that this was all a dream. That's the thing. Like, there's never... They didn't do a good job with that. And why do these guys believe him now? Like, why do they believe him? Like, didn't they think he was a criminal on TV streams? What, did Jessica Biel just say, he's a good guy. Believe him now, please. Well, I guess citizens of Colony rejoice, that's why, because they were the bad guys. But you think he would do it more sneaky to get his forces in there? Like, let me have some strategy to set up my forces. Some over here, some over here, some over here, and then... like iRobot. Fucking iRobot did that. Where the robots, the AI, put the robots in each of the people's homes, and then clicked it. I mean, fucking iRobot did that better. You know, kiss me before I wake up. Wimmer, what the fuck you doing, Wimmer? Seriously, what the fuck? Screen story. Yeah, yeah, you had to credit Ronald Shusett and... You had to... That's why you had to credit Ronald Shusett and Dan O'Bannon, because you stole so much from their fucking movie. That's why they needed your credit. Neil H. Moritz, stick with your fucking Fast and Furious movies, man. What the fuck you doing? Len Wiseman. There's a reason you haven't directed much since this. Because he hasn't. He maybe produced behind the scenes in some underworld films or such, but he hasn't really directed anything since then because it was such a big fucking bomb. They're like, yeah, Len, you can take a break. This is the film that put him in director jail, pretty much. And I don't buy that fucking John Wick spinoff being made. And they're not going to do that McClane prequel, thankfully. Bill Nighy. That's the guy from Underworld. Harry Gregson Williams, really? You did the music for this? Must have been an off day. So yeah, this film sucks. It's just very bland. It's very boring. It's a smeared Xerox of the original 1990 film. An original film production. What a fucking joke. Len Wiseman, I don't know why the fuck you had to litter your film with so much fucking lens flares. I don't know why you would make a film that's pretty much a fucking remake. So many beat for beat shit. I'll put this little new thing, and this little new thing, and this little new thing, and there's 7 little new things, and that makes it all worthwhile for a $125 million budget and a 2-hour running time. No. Fuck and no. Terminal announcer voice Cam Clark? Really? Is that the voice of Leo in the 80s Ninja Turtles cartoon? Stunt team. I don't recognize anyone unless I miss someone. Might have. I mean, the score, it's just a story you've seen done better. There's a reason why no one ever talks about this fucking film, because they don't remember that it existed. They don't remember that it was a fucking thing. Again, the waste of actors like Bryan Cranston. Waste of fucking time. Waste of fucking money. $125 million. Wasted. On a movie that did nothing. That did not even make a million world fucking wide. When your movie costs 120-some million and you can't even get 200 million worldwide, that's a fucking catastrophe. They definitely lost some fucking money. Do you see the thing? $200 million worldwide. You have to split almost half or a good chunk with the movie theater. The movie theater gets a cut. And then other people get their percentages. They get a cut. It's not like if you make 200 million, you did all that 200 million. You just don't. You just don't. It burped again. Such a type of burp during this fucking commentary. I've never burped during the fucking commentary. And this movie made me burp twice. Maybe it was all the fucking lens flares. Made my body build up fucking gas for burping. Based on the motion picture Total Recall. There you go. Based on the motion picture. So, Jessica Biel, whoever told you to say on the Daily Show, well, no, it's actually based on the original story. Even the fucking credits say it's based on the motion picture from 1990. Maybe someone saw the movie and said, by the way, there's a bunch of shit here from our script. You better put that in there or we don't sue your ass. And they would have had a case. It's like when John Carpenter sued the people who made that film Lockout with Guy Pearce. Because he said, this is too much like Steve from New York. And John Carpenter won. And this is another piece of shit sci-fi movie. I like Guy Pearce, but that movie wasn't worth pop the piss head. It's changed this movie for a bag of shit. So I don't know what else to say. This movie just as bland and generic as fucking music. The effects guys, double negative, all that stuff. I mean, I've seen worse. To be fair, I've seen worse effects. I have. It's just, you know, the muted colors and the lackadaisical script, and there's no pulse to the movie. There's no, you know, there's no wit. There's no Yeah, I would say there's no creativity. Because the shit I've seen in other fucking films, the little bits of creativity are going through the core of the earth, and the fucking hand phone are just like, what? Really? Like that kind of, I guess you call that creativity, I guess. But just go watch the 1990 movie. Just go watch Arnold Schwarzenegger's film. There's no point in watching this. So with that said, fuck this movie. What the fuck were you doing, Len Wiseman? What the fuck were you doing studio for giving over $100 million to do a remake of Total Recall that no one asked for? So, fuck the movie. We'll see you guys later. That way I don't have to watch any more fucking lens flares later.